your Alvarez. He's Nacho Alvarez as well. He is someone who he came out from a junior college down in San Bernardino. He has a lot of contact. It's not a lot of power. He doesn't hit the ball extremely hard, but this dude just sprays the ball. He's kind of your old school, like, second base who hits for a bunch of doubles, maybe ropes like 10 to 15 home runs. I don't know where he plays on the infield for the Braves because I don't think he's a shortstop. I don't think he can ever, consistently take away from Austin Riley. He's definitely not moving Ozzie Albies. Ozzie Albies is under contract for the rest of his life with the Braves, probably. And then ultimately, does he play center field? No. Does he play right field? No, because you have Michael Harris in center field and Ronald Acuna in right field. And then left field, he's sort of waiting for Marcell Ozuna, or if they make a trade for like a Brent Rooker. Brent Rooker seems to be perfect in Atlanta. I know you wouldn't like that as a Phillies fan, but it's one of those things where I think that there is the where Nacho Alvarez plays is getting a little bit muddied, but I do think he's a good enough player that we can project him as a league average as a league average bat with some defensive versatility behind him.
That really is kind of the sticking point at this point with Nacho because the hit tool is there. I love when you called him a classic second baseman, more doubles oriented hit approach, but I think that's absolutely fine and it plays, frankly, with the Braves set up the way that it is. With Nacho, really the thing that is getting lost in the cheesy sauce is going to be where he plays. And I really can't answer that question. And that's honestly pushed Nacho down in my mind because you have to be on the field in order to be an impactful player. You can have a great hit tool, but again, Nacho is not he doesn't have the kind of force and quality to his bat to force off either Ozzie Albies or Austin Riley, or we can even go a step further, Matt Olson. So that kind of only leaves shortstop, and he's really not a shortstop, despite having, fine defense. It's just the where with Nacho is the major thing. Even still, prospect number 106 for me, I really think Alvarez, it is just a question of where does he play? And it's ironic that I said I wasn't as high because the Dynasty team had Nacho at 199 in November. So maybe I'm a little higher on Nacho, maybe, who knows, becoming some kind of strange floating piece. Maybe he's the pepper floating in the basket of nachos rather than the chip that brings the crunch to this lineup.
I think the big thing for him is if he was with a different team, I think people would be more excited
Oh
about him.
yeah,
But where he plays is ultimately up in the air. Like I said, I mean, he can't. He just there's no spot for Nacho Alvarez, and I think that he needs to be moved to a different team. If he was, let's think of teams that the Braves can make a trade with. I mean, like I mentioned, Brent Rooker, he would
dude.
probably be the part
Yeah.
of in Sacramento. That'd be great. And then Vegas in the future, and then you have the White Sox if they want to go after Garrett Crochet. That there
Mhm.
are teams that need a Nacho Alvarez. I just don't think the Braves, with their current roster construction, need him. But that doesn't mean that they have to trade him for nothing. He is a good enough piece that he is a
Yes.
good secondary piece in a trade, not in one of those sorts of trades.
If the Lord frowns on me in such a way as to put a beautiful, hilarious, and talented player like Brent Rooker in Atlanta, of all places, then I would hope that the West Sacramento Athletics are fortunate enough to pull a Nacho Alvarez of sorts, because this is a player who realistically, Reese, he should be starting in a major league team. Even if you want to call him a second division regular, I wouldn't necessarily even say that. I think that he is a good batter who needs an opportunity. It's just unfortunate the Braves aren't that place right now. The Braves are in a, hey, we're absolutely pushing. And I mean, frankly, if we're going to be kind of rude about it, can they wait to see if Nacho can play at the major league level? No, they're trying to win ball games right now.